Hi guys, welcome to my channel and to my journey in beauty. Today's video is a get ready with me featuring my Shop My Stash products for January. So I mentioned to you guys in a previous video that I will be doing a get ready with me every week for the year of 2019. I love doing my makeup on camera, and even more than that, I love chatting with you guys while I do it. So today's Get Ready With Me, I'm going to be showing you my Shop My Stash products in action, telling you my thoughts and why I put them in my Shop My Stash for January, and just have a little fun with makeup. So let's go ahead and get into it right now. So the first thing that I shop my stash for in the month of January is the Maybelline Master Prime in the Hydrate and Smooth formula. I received this sometime in December with some free samples that came with the Ulta order that my husband made for me. So I went ahead and put this on. I'm gonna catch you up to speed. For time's sake, I just decided to skip the base for you guys, but I do want to catch you up. This is a very lotion hydrating type primer. It honestly really feels like a moisturizer, and I put it in my Shop My Stash this month because I really want to find a way to use this. I don't have a problem using hydrating primers, but this particular one I haven't yet found like the perfect foundation to use it with, so I already put that on. And then I used my Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation, my Shark Tape, which is in my Grays Project Pan, my It Cosmetics Brow Power Pencil, which is also in Grey's Anatomy Project Pan, my Benefit Gimme Brow that I received in Sephora Play, and it is just keeping on going. And then the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Stick and Banana, which is in my 2019 Choose Your Own Adventure in Panning, and also the Kat Von D Lock-It Eyeshadow Primer in the shade Light, which is also in my 2019 Choose Your Own Adventure. So you're all caught up. I'm just gonna take my number 7 powder now that I've had my foundation on for a few minutes. I'm gonna use what's left of this stuff. I really was gonna hope to finish it by the end of 2018, but I'm gonna use that to set my foundation now that it's been on for a few minutes. Oh, there is that. I'm looking pretty ghostly. But let's go ahead and get into the color cosmetics. Next thing I shop my stash for this month was the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked. This was an early Christmas present from hubby, and ouch, this is what she looks like. You have 2 finishing powders, a bronzer, a highlighter, and 2 blush. So that's what we're going to be using today. First, we're gonna go into bronzer, and the shade of this bronzer, they have them all on the back. This is the Golden Bronze Light. And I also have a mini, like, individual bronzer in my collection from Hourglass. That one tends to be a little more shimmery, whereas this one is just more of a satin bronzer, which I really have been enjoying so far. But like I said, I got this pretty early on in January from hubby because it is a limited edition. They put these out every year at Christmas, and then once they're gone, they're gone. And I really wanted one last year, but the stars did not align for that. So this year when they came out, I knew that I really wanted one. And of the 2, there was 2 of them that they put out. The other one looked like the colors were going to be too light for me. So this was the one that I wanted. And so far I'm really pleased with it, but I'm definitely looking forward to getting to know it a little better this month. All right, on to blush. The blushes, that doesn't seem like it's, anyways, the 2 blushes are Nude Glow and Mood Flesh. Well, I don't even know if I was in frame. Nude Glow and Mood Flesh. I've used both of these individually, but today I want to try them mixed together, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take a couple dabs into the pinky one and then a couple dabs into the nude one. And here we go. I think I finally found a blush application method that works for me. And that is starting it back here and then working my way forward. And I find in that way, I don't go too far in, which was what my problem was before. I just like the way it looks. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. And of course, Angela got me started using this P12 brush for blush. I was using it for bronzer, but I love it so much for blush now. Isn't that pretty? I really like the color that it made when I mixed them together. Next, we're going to go into the highlighter, and this palette's my first experience with This palette is my first experience with an Hourglass highlighter, and this one is the Metallic Strobe Powder in Champagne Strobe Light. I love this so far. It's beautiful, but it definitely is one of those that melts into the skin, especially, you know, if you really buff it into the skin like anything. So I'm impressed. Doesn't it look like it's just melting into the skin? First, I'm going to set under my eyes with the lighter shade, which is called Soft Light. And then this next one over here is called Filtered Light. And I think we're gonna go in with that all over the face. Hourglass powders are definitely the only pressed powders that I have found that I can wear under my eyes and not have it look super dry. Now, like I said, I'm going to go in with these two together, mostly the second one, and just use it as a finishing powder. It kind of just blurs everything, kind of melds everything together in terms of the colored cosmetics. The Hourglass Dim Light is definitely my favorite finishing powder thus far. But it doesn't mean it couldn't be knocked out of the park with this one. And this one's I think it's like a tad cooler than my dim light powder, which is not a bad thing, especially when I'm really pale, like I am right now. So, there is the face done. Coffee break. Okay, so one of the lippies that I shot my stash for this month is the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip gloss in the shade Toffee. This was a gift with purchase, and I'm just gonna put that on now. I'm gonna use a different one later for the look, but just so you guys can see it, and also so we don't have to look at concealer foundation lips the whole time. I know, I'm weird. One thing I kind of like about this is the doe foot is very flexible, and I kind of really like how it applies to my lips as a result of that, so that's kind of cool. Okay, so I think we're gonna go ahead and go into the palette. I did not shop my stash for a palette this month, and I mentioned that before. I'm just gonna set my eye primer, which I already have on, the Kat Von D. I'm gonna set my eye primer with some number 7 loose powder just to give us a base, because we are going to go in with my Pan That palette for this year, which is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, and there is not a cream, bone, any kind of shade like that for setting down the primer. And I don't feel like I know the palette well enough yet to determine whether the primer needs to be set or not. So, and honestly in this palette, I think it's gonna vary shade by shade. So we're all set now. Here she is, Miss America. So yeah, I didn't shop my stash for a palette this month because I really want to dive into my Pan That palette project. and, you know, get a jump start on that. So first shade that we're going to go into is this shade right here, Butter, as a transition, just lightly as a transition, and then, you know, we'll use it for blending probably later on too. And I'm gonna speed through this eye look quite a bit, you know, because it really isn't about this palette. I'll be doing another Get Ready With Me at the end of the month using this palette. So the first Get Ready With Me of the month will be my Shop My Stash stuff, and then my last Get Ready With Me for the month will be my Pan That palette. Woo, that was way too difficult to say. So just so you know, that's how it's going to go. And then, you know, the two middle Get Ready With Me's in the middle of the month will just have varying themes, you know, like maybe my least used makeup or my most expensive makeup, you know, things like that. So if you have any requests, you know, I have lots of ideas, but you guys have even better ideas from what I can tell. So let me know if there's a specific type of Get Ready With Me that you'd like to see. I'd be happy to film it. All right, so the shade we're going to go into next is this Rust shade, very similar to my sweater, and it is called Roxanne. Yes. Roxanne. I'll spare you my singing. It's cool. So I'm just going to put this on the outer corner and a little bit up into the crease. I'd love to know down in the comments if you'd like to share if you are panning a palette this year, panning a couple palettes. What palettes are you panning? Obviously you would have seen my Pan That palette intro by now. Not that you guys didn't know which palette I was going to be panning, but I think it's just fun. I honestly think that Pan That palette videos are some of my favorite videos to watch. I'm always fascinated by people's progress and how creative they get to, you know, create looks from a palette that they've been using all year. I will link her playlist below, and I've mentioned her before, but Rachel Stephanie, who I've collabed with in the past, she panned the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette last year, and it was a huge source of not only inspiration, but motivation and encouragement, really. So going back to that first shade, Butter, just to give another little blend to this Rust shade. What the hell happened? I feel like I stuck this in a weird color. Are you seeing that? What the heck happened? That is so weird. What in the frank happened? I would like to know. All right, this just went south real fast. Let's clean this brush off and see if you can fix it. That is so weird. It looks like I accidentally stuck my brush in some black or something. Look at that. That is weird. What are you doing to me here, Jaclyn? Good grief. Oh, shite. I don't know what to do. Wow. Well, I guess you guys will get to see how I fix eyeshadow that goes awry. All right, we look mostly similar now. Next, we're going to go into this shade right here, which is called Hilster. And this is gonna go on like the outer half or so, and a little tiny bit into the crease. Next, I think, I'm gonna start off with this matte turquoise shade right here, which is called Jada. and put that on what's left of the lid there, and then go in with the metallic turquoise. I just want to see how the turquoise looks over a matte base. All right, so that's a little bit of a base there. Now I'm gonna go into Pool Party. I had this idea yesterday and I was like, I think I can make it work. Coffee break. Nothing better than coffee on a cold day. I think I'm going to go in for brow bone and inner corner with this first shade in the palette called In Light. Okay, let's quickly do a lower lash line. I'm just going to take the same pencil brush that I used in the inner corner and go back to our metallic rust shade called Hillster here. This palette is very cumbersome. Anyhow, just going to take that on a pencil brush and smudge it a little bit under the eye. Not going to go down too low, but I am going to bring it all the way in to meet the inner corner highlight. I like it. All right, I think that's it. I'm going to go ahead and clean up on the sides a little bit. Oh wait, before I do that, let's use our next two Shop My Stash things. I kind of forgot about this one. This is the Laura Mercier Caviar Stick in the shade Rose Gold. Looks like so. I'm gonna just put a little of this in the inner corner, because why not? Could use a little gold in this look, couldn't we? This thing has just been kicking around my collection for God knows how long, so I've decided to put it in my Shop My Stash this month. And then the eyeliner that has traveled the world. First, this belonged to my friend Courtney from Courtney K Beauty, and then it belonged to my girl Angela, and now it belongs to me. It is in my Shop My Stash this month. It comes from Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics, 100% vegan and cruelty free, and this is an eyeliner in the shade Pool Boy. It's not exactly the kind of turquoise that I have going on up at top, but we're gonna give it a shot. Now I'm gonna go tightline and do some tightline and curl my lashes and do some mascara, and then I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. I tightlined with the Rimmel London Exaggerate eyeliner in Earl Grey. And the lashes, the mascara, I should say, is the Grande Mascara Lash Boosting Formula. I received this in my Boxy Luxe. Verdict's out on this one. It does feel like it possibly could be nourishing to my lashes, but it's also really goopy right now. I don't know. It probably is one of those mascaras where you kind of have to, like, the more air that gets to it, the more the formula starts to perform. But let's go ahead and get into the lippy that I picked for today. We already used the Anastasia Toffee Lip Gloss. The other one that I Shop My Stash for this month that we won't be using today is this one from Bite Beauty. This is in the shade Honeycomb. I added this to my Shop My Stash because it's kind of light for me, and I want to see if I can find a way to make it work for me, or if I'm going to declutter it to someone with lighter skin, like my girl Angela. I'm gonna line my lips real quick with the MAC lip liner in Whirl. And the lip star of the show today is the NARS Power Matte Lip Pigment in the shade American Woman. This is a deluxe size gift with purchase thingy from the Christmas orders that my hubby made. Sorry, I feel like these edges are a little rough up here. Maybe it has something to do, I didn't even clean up the sides either, whatever. I feel like this blending situation might have something to do with the fact that I desperately need to tweeze my eyebrows. Okay. The cool thing about this lip product, insofar as I can tell yet, it is very liquidy, so it can be a little bit troublesome or cumbersome to put on the lips, but fuzz, cat hair, anyhow. But this is actually like a liquefied lipstick formula, not a long, super long lasting. I mean, it is long lasting more than a bullet lipstick per se, let's say, but it is literally like a liquefied lipstick in terms of the texture and formula. So I really like that about this. And here we go. I mean, it is super liquidy. If I turned this over, it would pour out, so. I have it on my teeth already, which is par for the course. Oh my. I think this is one of those days where I should just step away from the makeup brushes and call it a day. I feel like everything that could go wrong in a get ready with me has gone wrong. So this is the final look. Ta-da! Of course I will include up-close photos in better lighting, but what do you think of the look? What do you think of the things that I shot my stash for this month? If you like this type of video, I would love to have you hit that like button for me, subscribe if you wish, and hit that notification bell so that you're notified every time that I upload. And I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful makeup days, and I will see you in my next video soon. Mwah!